G'day fellow, okay. G'day fellow creatures of the internet, this is Musty and subscribe to going here on YouTube, Project Dragonius. You know, at first, before I came up with this controversial topic, I was going to talk about the scams that's going on about non-transferable transactions or NFTs. And basically, like, I probably will get back into this type of subject when it becomes more relevant and all that kind of stuff. But if you don't know what NFTs are, they're just basically artwork where basically they don't worth anything. It's just basically art that you actually pay, that's digital art, and that, you know, that you can easily buy from Google and all that kind of stuff, right? I mean, why would you buy it and all that kind of stuff? But then I thought, that seems to be a bit more irrelevant. So, instead, the topic of this video, this edition of Again.pov is very controversial indeed. It's being talked about within the furry fandom. It has brought to my attention about this. So the topic is that I'm going to talk to you about is AI art. Now, to those that don't know, AI stands for artificial intelligence. You know, this is just basically in all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's basically any sort of art form that doesn't require human intervention at all, right? AI art comes from so many so many formats in that, like whether it's artwork, like drawn artwork, whether it's in music as well. I mean, there's some record companies that use AI to write songs and produce music and all that kind of stuff, or even to compose music. Okay? And I know for sure that we are living in some sort of future. I mean, we're living in some certain time that AI is getting so more and more advanced that it will be able to write a song. I mean, for example, Hatsune Miku is an example of an AI artist because there's no even though she's just an anime girl and a hologram, she's just a form of AI, and she does her own songs and all that kind of stuff. You know, in this time and age, AI is getting more and more advanced, okay? And the thing about it is that at this day and age, AI has some potential and is proven to replace numerous artists, whether it's musicians, whether it's even artists themselves, you know. And the thing about it is that, well, and this is the most controversial, if not taboo topic that is being discussed within the furry fandom, because there's many of us that are really disgusted about the use of AI art, you know. And basically we can't really get rid of it because it's going to be more and more advanced. First of all, I just wanted to talk to you about the benefits of AI in artwork, because for one, you don't need any talent to, you don't need any artistic talent to write up, to even depend on AI to draw you up something, you know. You don't need any talent at all. It's all done by computer and all that kind of stuff, right? But, saying that, actually no, and also, many of which that once they get installed, you don't have to pay some artist to draw you something, you know. And that's the thing that I wanted to address, which is pretty much on the neutral side of AI, right? But the disadvantages of it is that you need to write so much in detail, right? Write so much in detail on what you want to have the picture to be. If it's like your own character, you can't say, for instance, with me, with what I am at the moment, I can't simply write Bruiser Dragonius and it just automatically pops up, you know. When using AI, you need to be more and more elaborate of what you need to tell them what you want in a picture. You know, for instance, with me, instead of saying Bruiser Dragonius, I could probably say green lizard, green humanoid lizard with scales, horns, blue crest, and a half skull face paint, or a half skull tattoo. And plus even more elaborate details and all of that kind of stuff. Okay? That is a disadvantage. And also, even though that I sort of attempted to show you to check out some sort of AI websites and that, and just to experiment and all that kind of stuff. Some of those AI websites, that for one, they actually cost you more money. Most of those websites can contain some form of malware, viruses, or even spyware, or any of those dodgy things that you don't want in your own computer, you know. Or, and most of which that you need to make an account for. And some of them that you need to also pay a ridiculous amount of money just to access its services. Unless, however, that the most recent example of AI that's also for free as long as you have a TikTok account, there is some AI filters and all that kind of stuff, which can vary for Five Nights at Freddy's. I mean, this is just me as a Five Nights at Freddy character. Basically, it looks like former Freddy Fazbear. To something that would look like, of what it would look like as an Aztec, because Argonians and Aztecs and Mayans or whatever are basically, how can I say, similar cultures as each other, you know. And myself as a Mortal Kombat character as well, even though that I'm just going, these are basically um, the examples of AI art, and it's not really that accurate at all. It's not that accurate. You know, I don't look like a bear. I would have thought myself as a FNAF type animatronic is basically a robotic version of me. Okay? But, however, I'm pretty much of a different color, maybe a different species, and all that kind of stuff. And hence, even if you would be very much elaborate and all that kind of stuff for the description that you want the picture to be, chances are that the more elaborate that you get, the more exactly what you want, the more chances. But it's not 100% correct. So, and another thing, right? That where that is even more easier, that if I want to get art of myself, of my own likeness, to a sentient human or a furry artist that's an actual organic life form artist, I should say, I don't have to be that much elaborate to that sort of art, to that artist. I can request what I want from that person, whether it's a badge, whether it's a rough sheet, whether it's a whether it's a VR model, a fursuit even, you know, and providing that the artists were able to specialize in any of that. And all I need is to show them my ref sheet. Maybe if I were to get a fursuit made, another fursuit, I probably would. Basically, most likely a full body fursuit, I probably would get a DDT, a DTD, or duct tape dummy. Or just tell them my exact measurements and all that kind of stuff in some sort of websites and that to get them custom fitted for me. I know that there's no fursuits done by AI yet, but however, there's fursuits that are done by Chinese factory companies that are just complete knockoffs. Okay, I do get that. Yeah, I do get that. But knockoff fursuits isn't what this video is about. Because I'm addressing AI art. And there's a thing, right? When using AI art, it really seems cool that you're using it. But having so much dependence on it, even if you do know how to draw, even though that you do know what to write down to tell what the AI what to do, or what you want in the picture, you know, sentient artists, biological sentient artists, or actual furry artists, I should say, or human artists, they can be a lot of money because the thing about it is that at least that you are supporting an actual artist, right, financially. And not some company that creates our AI that could possibly scam you. Because most likely the artist that you commission for each of the work doesn't even scam you. Most likely you get what you pay for. And yeah, some of those artists can be charging like hundreds, or if not, you know, or thousands or something like that for a night or something like that, whatever's so much elaborate. Especially if it would be for a VR model. But let's put it this way, right? The reason why any of us furries are so much against AI, it's chances are that there's a lot of artists out there that are just struggling to make ends meet, you know. There's artists out there that draws pictures for us as a way to pay their bills and all that other things, right? And even though that, yeah, sure, I do find that artists, like, of all sorts, right, they are not that much an in-demand job, you know, compared to jobs in other things like in retail or manufacturing or whatever, okay? Some of those artists don't have any means to get those type of jobs, you know? Maybe that they're, you know, maybe that they have some things that have some sort of disabilities and all that kind of stuff that find it very difficult to get to do whatever jobs, you know. Some may have epilepsy and all that. There's a lot of factors that stops people to find what mainstream society consider as a normal job or an actual job. So really, the reason why that furries don't like AI art is because that you're bringing more redundancy into all the other furry artists out there that are struggling, you know. And they do depend on art to even survive, to even pay the bills. Yeah, sure, we're in some sort of a financial situation right now where the cost of living is going up and inflation and all that kind of stuff, not only here in Australia, but in all corners of the world because of wars, because of you know, mainly wars and other type of disasters, okay? I do get that, okay? And we have not long got out of COVID, okay? Even though that COVID is 3 or 4 years ago. Actually, no, give or take 3 years ago, because this is 2023. But the way things are going, that people use this sort of their talents as a way of income to live on. Okay? Not to mention that even though that, yes, you can somehow, in a way, depend on AI to even decide on your persona, but however, there is artists out there that even offers adopts, and if you have a certain like that you can make as your persona. There is also ref shoots, or actually no. There is also ref shoot blanks or line up for ref shoots, so you can design your character. I don't know if there's any artists that did any species in it. I don't know what species are available or whatever. Right? Maybe there's a couple of real life species, maybe fandom created species, maybe species that are licensed and all that kind of stuff. Okay, there could be some line of that. Okay, that where you can use to even make your own character up and that. If you don't know how to draw yourself, you know, all you do is you do the fillings and all that kind of stuff. Even though that I'd probably much rather have that basic lineup, because to be honest with you, between you and me, I am not really much of a good drawer myself. I'm very, very absolutely crap at it. And, you know, not to mention that the other alternatives, besides AI, is some video games as well, you know. Like with me, Bruce originally started out as a character from Elder Scrolls Online, but you get the gist. So, do I have a lot of appreciation of AI? Do I want to consider having dependence on AI over actual biological sentient artists? Would I? I'm going to be truthful with you. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I will never, ever depend solely on AI to create art for me. I'd much rather pay someone, if I wanted to, I would much rather pay someone to do up some artwork for me, whether it's a badge commission, whether it's a VR model or whatever, or it could be another ref sheet of one of my characters or whatever, or if it would be a couple's YCH, or YCH of any sort, over typing some things up and that, make an account in some dodgy website, typing some things out, or even pay money towards AI to do it. Because yes, there are people out there that profits from AI, but at the same time, I much rather use an actual furry artist over that. And even though the AI isn't that much reliable yet, unless, however, that there's some technology that would, I don't know, have like a bit of a helmet or whatever, or some sort of a brain scan or something like that, and have them draw up on what's on your mind and all that kind of stuff. Okay? Even though that some of those type of technologies don't even exist. But until that, compared to actual sentient artists, to actual furry artists and that, AI is still obsolete. It's still in its infancy. So, So to answer that question, for that and how it doesn't contribute to actual furry artists, I'm just going to. I will, however, have it as a toy, make it as a filter, and play around with it as a toy and a filter on TikTok. But, however, I'm not going to solely depend on it because of how it would affect other artists. You know, it would make artists feel even more redundant and literally they'll eventually lose money if more and more of us depended on AI for our artwork and that. So anyway, I know for sure that I'm going to I know that I've finished blabbering on, but this is just my sort of opinion on it. Okay. So no, I would not use AI, or I would not solely depend on using AI. So anyway, I just want to, you're more than welcome to comment this. What are your thoughts on AI replacing actual artists? Would you solely depend on AI, like to draw up on your characters, even though that it's in its infancy? And what would you think about the advancements of AI to create art? Also, if you do enjoy this video, make sure you show me by pressing the thumbs up button. Also, if you want to support me further, also, I do appreciate if you do subscribe to this channel, even though there would be a lot more small, a tiny little thing that you do. But the more of you that would do it, the more it would help me out a lot to have this channel to grow. If you did subscribe to this channel, and in order to be the first one to know, please click on that ring bell icon, like I said, and turn notifications on in your devices so you can be the first one to know. What else? The usual ways me social medias and other ways to support me financially is on the description down below. And if you wanted to friend me on PSN, or look me up in Tamriel, or search for me in Tamriel, or whatever, my gamer tag is LBrizzo21. I'm just going to sign up by saying thank you for watching this to the end. You're all amazing. I know for sure that I've been repeating myself in that. I love you all. And whatever you do, please don't depend on AI and that. Make sure that I don't condone it myself. And as I don't condone the use of AI, and therefore I will discourage you as well. So, this is Moss Mossian subscriber going on YouTube and online ambassador Black Marsh Wizard Dragonians saying these words to end this video, which is, may His guide you all, and bye for now.